Hey guys, it's Sandra, welcome back to the channel. So guys, in the short and a previous video I talked about a change of circumstance. So let's dive in to this one of what do you need to do to prepare for a change of circumstances. So the first one is gathering evidence. What we mean by evidence is evidence to support your disability and that you need the extra funding to support the disability related sports. So the second one is, well, what types of evidence do you need? So it will be the general evidence to support your disability. So depending on the type of disability you have, that might be from your health professionals, that might be from a psychologist, a psychiatrist, an occupational therapist, a physiotherapist, an exercise physiologist. So anyone that you work with that is paid by the NDIS, sorry guys, the int's bad today, the NDIS to support you, you will also need a report from your agency. So if you use support workers, that will be them as well. And so then you will need a report for what you were needing for. And so the change of circumstances for. So are you needing additional funding for support workers to access the community? So if this is, so that would be a typical example for someone with a psychosocial disability. So this is someone with autism, this could be someone with brain damage, this could be someone with uncontrolled epilepsy, or a mental illness that qualifies under the NDIS. Then it might also be so for assistive equipment, that your assistive equipment is getting run down, that you can't clean it, it's becoming unsafe. This is something that you would need an occupational therapist to do a report, and then work with you to be able to have your support workers trained in using this piece of equipment safely, especially if you have a physical disability. So it might be using a hoist, it might be putting you in a wheelchair, it might be equipment to help you dress safely. So they're things that you would also apply for if you became aware of them and you didn't have the money in your assistive technology budget. If it's lower cost, so I'm talking things like shower chairs, tipping kettles, assistive beds, you would also need a quote for, but your lower cost everyday compression garments would also come under your low cost OT. But then going back to your change of circumstances, you would then say if you were transitioning from a still house to another still house, this would be a change of circumstances because it's unexpected. But if you're planning for life stages, this should be accounted for in a plan review. But if you find that there are unexpected things that come up, so I'll use my life here as an example, is that I'm finding that with the blog and with the YouTube, I'm needing to be out of the house to access a mentor, to access a support worker who has technological skills. So I'm needing funding to use a support worker to help me learn to edit, to help me to learn to research a lot better. So that's where because I am also changing support agencies, but I also I only have, I think, about 9 hours community access a week. And so by the time you do groceries, by the time you do your chores, there isn't actually a lot left for building a business. So therefore, I'm using an agency to look at a dedicated office space, look at dedicated camera equipment. And I don't know, and I'm applying for those under economic and linkages grants. So that is if traditional work is not suitable for you, but you have found a way that you would be able to start a business, you can apply. It does also have to link back to your disability. So for me, it's the fact that traditional work is not suitable for me because the fatigue, the tiredness, needing to be able to eat at a regular interval and not skipping meals. Let's see what happens in the future. If I do get it, you'll see me recording from it. If not, no is a perfectly reasonable answer. However, then with the change of circumstances, it could be that you've trialled a meal delivery service and therefore that helps you to stay organised. That would be perfect for someone who has a lot of fatigue, a lot of muscle weakness, is wanting to be as independent as possible. But because of the split, you need to trial it and then apply for funding to do it. So guys, this is just a very basic introductory video into what is a change of circumstances and what you need to do. And the biggest thing that I'm going to say from a lived experience is to think about your very, very worst days. If you have a psychosocial disability, so if you're on the autism spectrum, if you are on NDIS for brain damage or a mental illness but also have ADHD or another health condition, apply for health related supports. You can also have your friends and family, so what the NDIA call informal supports. Write letters of support of how the NDIS has helped them, how this would help them further, how it's helped you achieve your goals as well. And so not only think about the impact on your life, think about the impact on your family and friends' life as well. So has having a support worker helped or hindered? So I've talked extensively about finding the right fit in support workers. I won't rehash that content, guys. But you see now that a change of circumstances is very different to a plan review, and why they do need that extra evidence, and that extra evidence then helps them to decide if you need the extra funding. And so having a well-written NDIS report is crucial, and this is where a good support coordinator, LAC and planner comes in. And just a few tips I've learned along the way, and I've talked about this in my communication and organisational videos, is keep physical copies of those reports. I do not know how many times reports have gone missing within NDIA, and so take a physical copy of those as well, and you can put them on a hard drive as well, but have a physical copy of them and take that physical copy to the interview. And before the interview even starts, make sure that the planner or the LAC that is working with you has a copy of all of the documents and that has read them. That I have found invaluable in them understanding my disability. So getting them to read the documents as well, because that is crucial to their decisions as a planner as well. So guys, if you can, I hope you've enjoyed this one. Please like, share and subscribe, and as always, remember this is just from my own research and lived experience. Please do your own homework, and guys, I'll see you guys in the next video.